shameful and frightening. But just as Jonah paid.
On page 93 of our preface.
A while ago, the vice president of our congregation announced to you that our adult education classes and forums begin Monday night. On Monday night, there will be a lecture by the great Ira Hirschman, and on the following Monday night, October 28th, we will begin classes. We invite you to join the classes where you will study Jewish religion, literature, history, Hebrew. Now, the way the classes are organized this year, they are organized on the basis of requests made by members of the congregation. Rabbi Stein teaches Talmud, an introduction to the Talmud. I teach an introduction to the New Testament, the Jewish introduction or interpretation of the New Testament. Cantor Orbach teaches the prayer book. Cantor Asher teaches Hebrew. And we do not this year have a course in the Bible. So I thought I would teach the Bible on Friday nights. I am sure Rabbi Stein will join me in this. He is teaching Bereshit, he's teaching Genesis to the confirmation class out at Camp Tamarack tonight. I will do this, providing, of course, I may interrupt the series occasionally for some special sermon. For instance, on Friday night, November the 1st, we shall have the Friday night before the election. And it has been a tradition I established that on the Friday night before the election, I deliver an election sermon. So I will not speak on the parasha of the week on that Friday night. But otherwise, we shall be speaking from the Bible. And so tonight, we study this first chapter of the Bible, the story of creation. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Now the modern reader immediately is faced with a dilemma when he reads the story of creation. He knows, the modern reader knows, that the world was not created in 6 days. This earth took perhaps billions of years to come into being in the form which it now has. He knows, the modern reader does, that the world did not begin with light and the sun coming afterwards. As far as we know, the only light the earth has comes from the sun. And so the whole story of creation as given here does not fit with our knowledge of science. And so one might be tempted to say, well, I cannot believe this story. Yet it is written in the name of God. But oh, dear friends, if you're truly modern, you will understand that the details about the creation matter very little. What matters is that this first chapter of the Bible gives you a positive attitude toward the world. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. This is not just a matter of belief. This is a matter of attitude toward life. You might look out upon the world. You might go out some evening to look at a star-studded sky and to look at the spaces and to say to yourself, what am I in this vastness? I am nothing. And this vastness, what is it to me? It is indifferent to me. This world is even hostile to me. And you might become cynical and you might say there is nothing worthwhile, there is no meaning, there is no purpose in the world, there is no goodness in it, there is no love in it. And you could become sour upon the world and bitter upon life. This is why the prophet who wrote this chapter says, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. This is an eternal truth. When you read the story of creation, the author wrote it according to what was known at that time. And at that time they knew no astronomy. There were no astronauts. At that time, they knew no biology. He wrote in accordance with what he knew. There was no theory of evolution at that time. But when he says, in the beginning God created the universe, then he speaks not in accordance with his own time, but he speaks for all eternity. He wrote this maybe 3,000 years ago, but it is as modern as tomorrow. Yes, this is the Jewish attitude toward life, namely, that we believe that this universe is not empty, that this universe is not meaningless, that there is a purpose in the universe, that there is goodness and love built into the universe, that this is a world in which our ideals as human beings are capable of fulfillment. This is what that first verse of the Bible conveys to us, a positive attitude toward life. And this is eternally true and has no relationship to the correctness of the rest of the story of creation. Similarly, it is said, and God created man in his own image. According to what we know of modern science, man was not especially created all of a sudden in one day.